Hello, people. Yeah, we'll be looking at the book of Joshua 1, verse 9. This is when the mantle of leadership has just been passed on to Joshua when Moses died, after the death of Moses. At that point, Joshua was shivering, like he was skeptical, like, oh God, how am I gonna do it? How am I gonna do all of this? How am I gonna lead the people of Israel? He was afraid. But the Lord told him in verse 9, Joshua 1 verse 9, it says, have not I commanded thee, be strong and of good courage, be not afraid, neither be thou dismayed, for the Lord thy God is with thee, whithersoever thou goest. So, like, maybe, I don't know, some persons, I don't know, you have just been passed over the mantle of leadership, and you're like, how am I going to do this? How am I going to handle those people? How am I going to run this? Just the same way when David passed on the mantle of leadership to Solomon. Solomon was young. He was like, God, how am I going to do this? He sought for God. Solomon sought after God. He offered a lot of offering, burnt offering. And God asked him, what do you want me to do for you? Then he requested for wisdom to lead the people of God. And God gave him more than wisdom. We all know the story. Now back to Joshua. Joshua too is skeptical, like, God, how am I going to lead the people of Israel after the death of Moses? But God told him that, come on, be strong. Do not be dismayed. He said, be of good courage, because I am with you. God says, let me read it again. He said, I've not commanded thee. It's a command. Be strong and of good courage. Be not afraid, neither be thou dismayed, for the Lord thy God is with thee, whithersoever thou goest. That's a command. It's just direct and it's very clear. It's very clear. So whatever mantle of leadership that has been passed on to you and you're skeptical, like you're thinking, am I going to run it? Am I going to do it? Am I going to lead these people? Will these people like me? Will they love me? God will put your love in their minds. The heart of the kings and the queens belong to God, not to talk of mere men. Yeah. So the heart of everyone belongs to God. It turns it the way it pleases him. That's God. So he's going to put your love in their heart. The same way when Saul just became the king of Israel. It was like, are they going to love me? Are they going to love me? This. But God put the love of Saul in the people of Israel, and they began to love him. They began to love him. So do not be afraid. Be of good courage, because the Lord has commanded you to lead his people. So be of good courage. Let your mind be at peace, because the Lord will go ahead of you. The Lord will go by your side. The Lord will direct you. The Lord will lead you aright. Trust God. Trust God. Believe in him. So be not afraid and go for it. I pray at the end of your tenure, at the end of it, that you will look back and say, it can only be God. You will look back and you will give thanks to God. Thank you. God bless. Cheers.